Still right. The third man breaks with the preceding. He appears well maintained. He represents at first glance everything you'd call sway for businessmen from the recording industry. He looks relaxed, talks to Gran. She's wearing a stylish white dress and has laid her arm around his neck. But her side is directed downwards, both standing on a balcony. His second appearance is as a listener when Grant wears the red dress. Then we see a motel. It's the Ferguson's motel in Las Vegas. She and the man are on its balcony. After cut, we see Grant in her white elegant dress in the corner of the balcony, alone. She looks absently. Another cut, and she sits with just this expression and closed eyes on the man's lap. He caresses her shoulder, she plays with his hair. He looks into the distance. Again we see Grant in the corner of the balcony. A strap is slid down. Then she sits on his lap again, but this time filmed through the bars of the balcony. Both look at each other, smiling. We can look under Grant's dress, see her underwear. It gives the impression of an enamored couple, been trying hard not to get into trouble. Again, alone on the balcony, she bends extremely far over the railing. The short dress slits up, her facial expression, but I've got war in my mind. 3 appearances, 3 dresses, 3 announcements, 3 men. Sure, they are assigned, even if I can't do this reliably, and therefore will not do so. Some comments. About the first man is often written that she has sex with him on the pinball. Can I see it in this way? She appears affectionate to him, he very tenderly. Her expression in the doubtful scenes? I do not know. But if I wanted to express that a man standing behind her, and we do not see, has sex with her, her expression seems to me to be very irritating, especially since she lies completely quiet on the pinball. But perhaps this question is simply not so important. The second man corresponds, like the first, the type trucker, actually a lot more. To me she seems, in her dress and the red ribbon, as a trash version of Lolita, vulnerable, not from this world, innocent yet seductive, in a setting that is not surpassed in unreality, unless by the side, if he, in infinitely tender, combs her hair, while she sits on his lap. All this seems to be much more interesting than the big question on the pinball. Many times I would wish it, to be able to ask her some questions, also if I may have to accept that she would not answer me them. You like Nabokov very. I've just started to read Lolita, but found no favor in it. Other books by him I haven't even started. Could be a mistake. And filmings? Kubrick, every word superfluous. The remake, every word pointless. The third man. From type, quite different. Even if there's a moment where both seem to be in high spirits, they do not seem to be happy. No real tenderness can be seen, although this would seem to fit here. And when she bends over the railing at the end? And why are the first 2 men to seen again at the end of the video, but he does not? As I said, sometimes I would just like to talk to you, Miss Grant. Grant with bikers. Before the singer starts to sing for the first time, we see the hands and faces of the bikers as they applaud her and shout. In the next scene with the bikers, we see 5 of them, all men. They sit and stand on a rock. In the background, a vast, magnificent panorama opens up. One can be seen the tips of the American flag as they flutter in the wind. One of the bikers, still on the rock, shoots with a gun. Subsequently, we see a group of bikers, 5 men, a woman as well as Grant, who are standing by their parked bikes. After cut to bikers during urination and subsequently the woman wearing sunglasses and a shotgun. She shoots it, what obviously makes her fun. The bikers on a highway, right on a highway. One has secured the gun to the sissy bar. On one the woman rides along, on another Grant. The atmosphere is extremely relaxed. The motorcycles very classic, of course Easy Rider comes to one's mind. Grant seems happy and lets, with closed eyes, her hair wafted in the wind. Finally they drive towards the sun. A gas station at night. Grant stood at one of the gas pumps. Dressed in boots, hot pants, shirt and fringed jacket, she waits smoking. She seems to be absent. Then the bikers appear and excited she gets on. We see her talking and laughing with the biker on whose bike she sits. When he hit the road, she lays her head back. She's happy. Now a party begins, the highlight of the video, whom I like to discuss especially. I'm tired of feeling like I'm fucking crazy. Grant with the American flag. We see her overall 5 times with the American flag. It's every time the situation on the rock with the bikers, even if she is seen in close-up sometimes. She holds the flag in various ways. The first time put around the shoulder. The second and third time, where short, she holds the flag over her head. In these images, the flag flutters in the wind. The fourth time, she presses the flag herself on the chest. The last time, she has put a flag around her neck. The last minute of the video, from 3:23 on, 77 seconds. We see in the course of the last part of the video once again the first 2 men, Grant as a singer with a white and yellow dress, perceived on the earrings, and also Grant with the American flag laid around her neck. There is a leg of the serious man and the singer in the red dress. Otherwise we see a group of bikers at a boisterous party. It's drunk, shoot, made nonsense, driven by a bike through the fire and more. The mood is relaxed and grand. I want to discuss this in different sections. First of all, her magnificent war bonnet attracts attention. In this size and with these gorgeous feathers, it was an award for an extremely brave and successful warrior, a powerful chief. Also thought as a reminiscence of her former life, the work on an Indian reservation. In particular, the last shot where the headdress is backlit. I'm just right, and she looks at a viewer directly, makes the headdress especially come to prestige, like an aura, almost like out of this world, she appears. In her hand she holds a gun, which she briefly adheres at the temple at one of the scenes, or is it more of a jab? I've got war in my mind. This she pulls across the cheek then, the lips and the heart, just right. At the end of the video, Grant is hilarious, laughs with the bikers, celebrates with them. When singing, she seems to lose herself in her music, completely immersed in it. When she kisses one of the bikers at the end, she seems to be at the finish. Now she finds the security, the freedom she has thought. And at the last picture, where Grant looks at the viewer frontally and the war bonnet appears like an aura in light, she has become another. The singer from the beginning, in the white dress, with uncertain appearance, has disappeared. Another person is looking at us, proud warrior, now proud singer, proud artist. Every reason she has after this song and this video all the times. Some associations I still have. The feathers remember me when she sings in Brooklyn Baby of the feathers in her hair. Sparkle Shamrock Queen, probably a little far-fetched. The situation at a motel reminds me of Lizzie Grant and songs like Trash or Man-Made Motel. I have a feeling that I would like to be one of the truckers, or of course the bikers, but please not the serious man at the motel. And I remember my feathers, my 2-sided pendants in the ears and others. Conclusion. For me, one of the best songs of Elizabeth Grant, not to mention the video. What should be anti-feministic, pornographic thereto will not come into my mind. I don't think it's because I've suddenly lost my orientation. Marburg, feministic approach in art history, Orlando, Simone de Beauvoir. I just can't reenact. Therefore, I assume that, until proven otherwise, the accusations are simply nonsense. One should listen to the song and watch the video in order to, after some contemplation, and only then, to say something about. And if I understand everything wrong now, fall for Miss Grant's tricks? We already had, who cares? The song is cool and the video much more. I'm fucking crazy. Maybe soon. Thank you for listening.
My heart suffers and my mind hurts, been broken, empty and down. But your beauty helps me to stay here in the flowers of America. Only angels appear here in the flowers of America. Only angels appear. I feel so lonely, now so old. Only for one time I will wake, I'm not all alone. Here in the flowers of America, only angels appear. Here in the flowers of America, only angels appear. Closing my eyes, I feel your touch. Your soft voice whispers in my ear, telling me my destiny. Here in the flowers of America, only angels appear. Here in the flowers of America, only angels appear.